Off the beaten path, Westgate has always been a once-a-year destination for me, a March Madness staple when my friends and I hunkered down for hours at their International Theatre to catch a basketball viewing party. I've always wondered what it'd be like to actually stay there, as I haven't gotten to know much else of the resort beyond the TV screens. On this trip, I said enough is enough and I booked the cheapest room I could find. If you've never been, I think the overall experience at Westgate is going to surprise you. While Westgate does offer some renovated rooms that look solid, I was slumming it and booked their unrenovated Signature King room, which cost $84.50 after resort fee and taxes. While researching my room, I saw Westgate was offering a $75 dining credit if I signed up to be a World of Westgate member at checkout. It was totally free and all I needed to provide was my email address. This perk was not tied to pass playing the casino. Westgate even offered another $10 dining credit if I were willing to share my reservation on social media. I meant to do it, mainly for the mental victory of having a dining credit worth more than the hotel room, but of course, I forgot and had to settle for the $75. Walking up to my room, there was no awe factor like I've experienced at some of my other stays, and that was expected going in. It felt like the budget accommodation I had paid for. The first thing that struck me about the room was actually Resorts World off in the distance, sparkling on a golden late Vegas afternoon. This was not a budget view and would entail a hefty premium at most Strip properties. The rest of the room was textbook bare bones, but it was spacious and plenty serviceable. The crown molding on the ceiling helped a dated room like this punch above its weight a bit. I even thought the black fixtures, black curtain, black and white art where the red popped, in tandem with the red couch, was a savvy but simple design choice that kind of worked. On the way to the bathroom, there was a single sink vanity with ample counter space. That was quite dated. Across from the vanity was a huge closet. And through the door was the toilet and tub shower combo. It got the job done. In reviewing any hotel, I'm looking for maintenance mishaps, cleanliness concerns, and other issues that could impact a customer's stay. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This room was showing its age. It needs a refresh. Quite frankly though, the price I paid did reciprocate that. Could have dealt with a lot worse, honestly. Beyond that, the room was perfectly comfortable. The best part? The architect of this resort must have been a sports fan, as the mirrors lining the closet allow you to take care of your business without missing any game time action taking place on the TV. Only try this if you're traveling alone or with the boys. At this point you might be thinking, the price is right, but that location is brutal. Westgate isn't technically on the Strip and it's pretty far north, just east of the Las Vegas Convention Center. For reference, the closest walkable Strip property is Fontainebleau, but Westgate's ace in its sleeve is that it's monorail connected. Their stop is literally steps away from the front door and I used the out of this amenity. My biggest mistake was not purchasing the 24-hour monorail pass. I thought I'd use it once, maybe twice, but I ended up using it 4 times simply because it's so easy and efficient. I paid $6 each trip at the on-site kiosk, totaling $24, when the 24-hour e-ticket pass would have cost me just $13.45. Ouch. My trips included from MGM Grand to Westgate when I was ready to check in, from Westgate to Paris for dinner, from Paris back to Westgate after that, and then from Westgate to Harrah's the following day. Staying at Westgate did not stop me at all from partaking in mid-strip dining. What I loved most about the monorail was the short waits. Trains come every 8 minutes, the cars were generally empty and peaceful, and I also saw a vantage point of the Las Vegas Strip I had never seen before. Even though I botched the 24-hour pass, I probably spent about 1/3 of what rideshares would have cost. The monorail is a huge money saver. Additionally, unlike on an Uber or Lyft ride, there were no forced or awkward conversations about politics. Back on the Westgate property, the Superbook is the crown amenity for sports fans. It's one of the best sports books in Las Vegas and has the atmosphere to match its aesthetic during high-profile events. I also love how the poker room is tucked away in this area, as I've multitasked with some no-limit Texas Hold'em while following a game a few times over the years. There are also some food court dining options set back from the massive viewing screens, allowing you to grab a bite without missing a moment of the action. There are even some enticing drink deals highlighted by a bucket of 5 beers for $20. The sportsbook reminds me a lot of Circa, which I stayed at and reviewed in late 2024. However, I can assure you that you won't find a $20 beer bucket deal at Circa. The casino floor is a small one by Vegas standards. It was pretty quiet during my visit, but I've seen the craps table here as lively as any other I've experienced. Now, March Madness and complimentary drink tickets definitely aided in that, but during a big sporting event, just like the Superbook, the gaming floor will come to life. Table game minimums were $10 for craps, blackjack, and roulette, and $5 for Ultimate Texas Hold'em. I didn't get to do a ton of dining at Westgate as we were out visiting our Slash partners. If you recall, I did have a $75 dining credit burning a hole in my pocket that I needed to spend on the property, and there are some nice options. To keep it simple, I ordered 2 drinks from the International Bar on the casino floor and watched a little Monday Night Football. These rum and cokes cost me $12 each. On the dining front, the Benihana Village is the showcase. It's beautiful and literally feels like a city within a restaurant. It's a 2-story setting and is one of the largest Benihanas in the world, which includes Riki Tiki Sushi and Silk Road Asian Bistro within its massive footprint. On the higher-end dining front, there's also Edge Steakhouse. And Fresco Italiano was nicely themed and looked like a solid pasta place. As mentioned earlier, some fast casual restaurants are located in the Superbook. For breakfast, I went to Sid's Cafe and ordered the most expensive item on the menu, the steak and eggs for $39 along with a $7 coffee. Jake and I have gotten our fair share of steak and eggs in Vegas over the years, and I'm giving Sid's the award for having the fattest steak, a 12-ounce New York strip. This was definitely reflected in the price. This meal could have fed 2, and I'm a decent eater. After breakfast, I walked the property and I was surprised at how fantastic the fitness facility was. Of the hotels I reviewed, Westgate's gym came in at number 2 all time behind Fontainebleau. They had all the cardio equipment one could hope for, as well as free weights, cable machines, a Smith machine, and various other pieces of equipment. For health-conscious vacationers, Westgate has one of the most comprehensive gyms. Right outside the fitness center, you'll find the entrance to the pool. It was a nice setting. It's bare bones and it did feel a little concrete jungly, but it has ample shade if you're seeking it, a bar, a grill, a hot tub, and even some yard games. This is a scene that'll probably be a stretch on any of the top pool lists you see published on social media, but it definitely beats out a fair number of strip pools. It felt calm and relaxing and offered a nice view of Westgate and the Northern Strip skyline. There was a huge line to get into the pool area. Some staffing issues required the pool to open up about an hour later than usual. Even with all those people flooding in before me, it still felt like there was a ton of seating available. Westgate has always held a special place in my heart, even though I had never stayed there before. It's a sports lover's paradise, and I'm glad I finally notched a hotel booking. I would absolutely stay there again, but I would opt for a renovated hotel room instead and stay for a few nights instead of just one. The resort experience suits me perfectly with a massive sports book, an active poker room, a stellar fitness center, and a relaxing pool scene. Additionally, being monorail connected makes it easy to get anywhere on the Strip at a low cost without having to battle that infamous Las Vegas traffic. If you're interested in booking Westgate, check to see if they're still offering the WOW membership dining credit. If they are, throw them your email. The credit could be worth more than your hotel room, and you're basically free rolling a night.